Welcome to the F1 2021 Bahrain Grand Prix Race Day Review. Oh, what a race. What
Damn
a race.
right.
That race was better than any race from last year. The whole 2020 season, this race has beaten that already. We're only one race in. One race in. 22 more races like this. Yes, please. Bring it. Bring it.
Yes.
Now, what was all them sweat saying? What was all them sweat saying online? Or for the past 5 years online? That none of them know nothing about F1. None of them. They just make up little stories and then put it out there. Follow the train. If the train's going that way, we're going to go that way. Because I haven't got an opinion of their own. Robots. Robot geeks. What was I saying? Oh, the reason why Lewis Hamilton is winning, because he's got the fastest car. Now what? Now what, geeks? Exactly. What are you going to say now? Oh, you're not going to say Red Bull's not the fastest car. You've been saying it for the past 2 months. Well, the past 4 weeks since winter testing. Red Bull's got the fastest car. Red Bull's going to win it. Red Bull's going to win the race. Max is going to win it. Red Bull's got the fastest car now. Mercedes is second fastest. What now? Who won the fucking race? Huh? Who won the race? Lewis Hamilton. Up there. Lewis Hamilton. Not Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton. What are you going to say now? He had the advantage. He had the fresh tyres. But did he pass him? No. You know why? Because like I told you at the beginning of this reviews, at the beginning of this season, yep, Max is fast. Yep. He's got a good car. Yep. But he makes mistakes. He makes mistakes. That goes back to what I was talking about with Nico Rosberg. For you to beat Hamilton in an entire season, you cannot make no mistakes. Not one. If Lewis Hamilton makes a mistake, you've got to capitalize on it. Lewis Hamilton made one mistake in that little chicane, and did he capitalize on it? No. Lewis Hamilton used all his experience, all his skills to keep Max Verstappen behind him. Forced Max to go wide, and then Max took over. He took over Hamilton, but all his wheels were off the track, so he had to give the position back. But what did he do? He didn't keep his cool, did he? No. Lost it, and what happened? Hamilton harvested his energy and just led the race home. Led the race home. Geeks. Now, we're not going to have Formula 1 for 3 weeks. And to me, that plays into Mercedes' hand. Mercedes can go back to the factory. They can do work on that car. They've got 3 weeks to work on the car and try and open the potential on that car. They're going to unlock. There's a little key. They're going to unlock it. A bit like they did in 2019 when they was losing pace on Ferrari. And I went back to the factory and unlocked the potential of the car. That's what they're going to do. Because Red Bull was the fastest today. They were. I got to admit, they're faster than Mercedes today. But did they get the job done? No. No. Because you got the fastest car, that doesn't mean you are going to win the race. Very simple. Now, Bottas. Onto Bottas. What more can this guy go through? He was having the perfect race. He was doing his job. He was always going to be the wingman today. He was there to support Lewis Hamilton. That's what his job was. He knew that coming in. He said it himself. He was been on the defensive all race. He was there to support Lewis Hamilton. And at the beginning of the race, the strategy was working. It was working. But as soon as Bottas came into the pits, there you go. There goes the strategy out the window. Then he had to rely on Sir Lewis Hamilton to do the business. Now, but I've got to admit, that race, listen, I thought Max had it. I thought Max had that race. I thought there's no way that Lewis Hamilton's going to keep Max behind him. No chance. No way. Not the way that Red Bull was going that weekend. I'm not talking about the rest of the season, because obviously it ain't happened yet. But today, this weekend, Red Bull was the fastest car.
Yes.
You can be a Mercedes fan, but you got to admit it. Red Bull this weekend was faster than Mercedes. But who passed the checkered first? Them checkered flags. You can have the fastest car, you can hype it up all you want. Oh, that's just noise from the geek squad on the internet. Robot geeks. You get one top YouTuber, one reviewer says one thing, they're gonna follow them to get likes. Fuck yeah, I ain't following nobody. You want the truth, you come here. That's it. You want the truth, you want the blunt truth, you come here. And at the end of the day, you can have the fastest car, whatever. Yeah, they definitely got better traction coming out the corners at the Bahrain. Red Bull's traction out of the corner was phenomenal. That's where they was gaining the time. Sector 2 as well, they were fast as well. They had the middle sector. Red Bull was fast. And that's where they was gaining the time. And that's why Max got pole. That car is fast. But, like I said, we've got 3 weeks off. Mercedes has still got a long way to go. There's still 22 races. Like I said, this is the longest season in F1 history. 23 races, there's 22 races to go. The next track, I think it's Mugello. Very good track. Completely different track to Bahrain. So, if Mercedes get back to the factory, which they're gonna be at the factory tomorrow morning. And they're getting that car and getting the shit together. Because if they're carrying like this, it's not a guarantee that they're gonna win. I still think Mercedes, I still think Hamilton is going to win the Drivers' Championship. I'm sticking to that. I'm not going to sway. My opinion's not swaying. Constructors is going to be a little bit closer. But no, Mercedes, the budget they've got. Look, you don't win that many titles, that many drivers' titles, and that many constructors' titles in a row, and not have Plan B, or Plan C, or Plan D. But this season's going to be amazing. If it's like this, like it was today, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. So, geeks, the slowest car out of the 2. How does that feel? How does that feel, geeks? How does that feel that you're, especially Paul di Resta, how does that feel that your hero Max Verstappen, Red Bull, this is going out to the Hamilton haters? How does it feel that the slowest car out of the 2 cars out of the 2, the Mercedes car, the slowest car compared to the Red Bull, won the race? Lewis Hamilton. It reminded me when I watched the highlights on the TV the other day, as when it was Senna and Mansell. Senna was at Monaco, Mansell had the fresh tyres, and he was chasing him down to 20 plus laps and he couldn't pass him. And Senna kept his car just in front, put his car at the right place at the right time, and kept Mansell behind him. That's what it reminded me of. I know it's Monaco, I know it's a different track. Monaco was basically impossible to take over. Back then it was a little bit better because the cars were a lot smaller. But it just reminded me of that. Max Verstappen is Mansell, and Hamilton is Ayrton Senna, the man with the skills. But anyway, let's get on to the review. As I was beginning to sit down, I'm going to have my cold beverage. As I was sitting down, getting ready to watch the review. What the fuck am I talking about? As I was sitting down to watch this race, it came up on just on the screen that Vettel had a 5-second time penalty. Basically, yesterday when I was having qualifying, the flags come out and I think he carried on with his speed. He didn't slow his speed down, so the FIA gave him a 5-second penalty. So that wasn't a good start for Vettel. He had a horrendous qualifying, and now he's got a 5-second time penalty. So I hope this bad luck doesn't continue. I don't think it's going to continue. I think when he comes into the next race, he's going to get his head together. And like I said, it's 22 races, a long way to go. So, As there was going on the outlap, Checo Perez started to slow down. He said, look, there's a problem with my car. So I said, look, here we go again. You might have the fastest car, but reliability. He stopped really starting off well for Red Bull. He had something wrong with his car. He came into his pits. There was something to do with his setup. He came into the pits and he started from the back. And as I was doing the outlap again, they've done 2 outlaps, yeah. Max Verstappen was complaining about vibration on his tyres, on his car. So I was thinking there, I was sitting there and I was thinking, I don't think Red Bull is going to make it to the end of the race. I thought we might have a DNF here. Because Perez has gone into the pits to fix his car. Is Perez going to race? Is Perez going to make it to the race? And then Max started complaining. So I thought, here we go, reliability. Just like the Williams car back in the day when you had Montoya driving for him and the BMW engine. He should have won the title, Montoya, a couple of times. They had the fastest car. You got the fastest lap of all time at the time at Monza. But the car was not reliable, the engine. The BMW engine. So you can have the fastest car. That goes by, you see. The most important thing, if you want to win a title, you have to have first reliability. You can have the fastest car, but if you're not going to make it through the season and it's going to keep breaking down, you're not winning nothing. Nothing. So that's what I thought. Here we go, fast car, but the reliability. But they continued. It was fine. Perez started at the back of the grid, and then we continued. First time, lights out of the way we go. Boom. Max Verstappen had a brilliant start. Lewis Hamilton had a brilliant start. Hamilton just got edged out in the first corner by Max Verstappen. So Max Verstappen was away. First spin of the race was Mazepin. Nikita Mazepin spun. I know that's gonna a lot of guys out there, girls are gonna love that, whatever. But he spun and he hit his car and he was gone. Safety car come out, he was gone. I think he hit the barrier. Something wrong with his car. He's gone. He's out of the race. So first race of the season for Mazepin, rookie, gone. Gasly lost his wing also in the first corner. No, not second sector. He lost his wing. So Gasly, you know what? Before this race, I thought AlphaTauri was going to be up there. They had an amazing qualifying. They had an amazing practice session. They came into this race and Gasly hit his wing. So he had to come into the pit straight away to change his wing. Not working out right for Gasly at this time. But I'm sure as the season progresses, Gasly will be there. So, Alonso. By lap 5, he was up to 7th. Alonso, the samurai, he was up to 7th place brilliantly. You know, Alonso, last of the late breakers, he's going to come hard down on them brakes. That's what he's like, a man possessed. Once he starts racing, he don't care who's in front of him. He's going to try and pass him as much as he can. And if he's not, he's gonna try his best. That's Alonso, true warrior. On the right, Lando was bitching, saying that Charles forced him out. There was a little, I don't know what lap it was. I think it was lap 8, lap 9. As there was one corner and Charles forced him out. That's what Lando was saying. So Lando was on the radio saying Charles forced him out. Personally, I don't think he did. He just passed him fair and square. But Lando was on there. He was complaining to his the guy on the radio. Lap 13, Bono said to Hamilton, "Come on, Lewis, let's go." So lap 13, Bono said to Lewis, "Come on, let's go." And that was at lap 13. Lewis pitted, put the hard tyres on, come out, and I thought, here we go. They're going for a 2-stop strategy. Because a lot of the teams at the beginning of the race, we said it'd probably be a 3-stop strategy. But Lewis, he came off the medium tyres and put the hard tyres. So I said automatically then they're going for a long stint. Because Red Bull had the fastest car. You had 2 Mercedes car, 2 and 3 with Hamilton and Bottas. So they're going to go for strategy. So they're going to go for the long run and put the hard tyres on. That's the strategy they was going for. So the next lap, everybody thought Max was going to pit, but he never pitted. He never pitted and everyone was going, wow, what's going on? That would have been a perfect time for Max to pit, but he never. To try and take Lewis over the undercut, but he never. He stayed out. His engineer said, look, just stay out. I thought that was a mistake by Red Bull. I'm sure after this race, when now the race is finished, they're in the debrief, I think they're going to be saying, look, we made a mistake. I'm sure Max will be saying, well, I think we made a mistake. I think we should have pitted them to try and take Lewis off, out the pits, but they never. So, Bottas picked at lap 17. So obviously this was all good. Everything was going all smooth. Everything was going smooth up to this point. Okay? Lewis was in front. He had the hard tyres on. Max stayed out on the medium tyres. So, you know, as the race progresses, that the Red Bull tyres were going to wear off. They were going to fall off. Bottas came into the pit lap 17. Everything was all smooth. And what happened? The wheel got stuck. I'm not sure it was the left rear tyre. The left rear tyre. I think it was the left rear tyre. And he got stuck. He was in the pit for 10 seconds. This pit strategy should have been at least 2.5. No more. 2.5. But it was 10 seconds. And at that time, I thought to myself, Max has got this race. It's going to be a little harder for Lewis to win this race now. It's going to be a little bit harder because he ain't got Bottas there to protect him. So at this point, I was thinking Bottas is out. He ain't going to do nothing. He's going to be third or maybe fourth because 10 seconds in that pit. Lost him 10 seconds. He must be pissed. And when he come out to the pit, Perez passed him. And it was all, and I thought, you know what? I feel sorry for Bottas. He was doing the perfect strategy, covering off Max Verstappen, and he was gone. After 10 seconds in the pit, you're gone. It's all catch up from there. Lap 21, TOTO came out on the radio, like the Terminator. He said, Bottas, hunt him down. Hunt down Max Verstappen. This was lap 21. Listen, TOTO, he ain't hunting down nothing. When you're in the pit for 10 seconds, I don't care what you say to him. He ain't hunting nobody down. Trust me, I know it's encouragement. You're going to give the driver encouragement, but let's be realistic. Right? You're 10 seconds in the pit, yeah. You ain't hunted nothing down. Trust me. You're hunted down dust from Max Verstappen's car. Lap 21, there was a nice little mini battle going on here between Alonso and Vettel. Old school rivalries. So yeah, lap 21, Alonso goes in front of Vettel. And then Alonso locks up because he was doing late braking for every lap. I think he was late braking every lap. And then, because he went a bit wide, Vettel passed Alonso straight in front. And that was it. But it was a nice little mini battle, and Sainz passed them both. Because I think Sainz had the fresher tyres. And obviously they got the faster car. And Sainz passed them both. And it was amazing. Nice little battle between them two. It's nice to see the two veterans, Vettel and Alonso, go at it. I want to see that more. Give me more of that. Give me more Alonso. Give me more Vettel battling each other. And throwing Kimi as well in the mix. That's a nice little bit of nostalgia for everybody. Three legends. Now, Vettel locks up his tyres, and at this point, Vettel tyres were wearing away. Obviously, he was going for a one-stop strategy. He knows he had a penalty. He knows he was fucked in the race. He knows he was playing catch-up for the whole of the race. So he was going for a one-stop strategy. So he stayed out. He was the only driver on the grid that stayed out. The only driver. So he stayed out, and because his tyres were wearing out, he's still staying out because he was going for a one-stop. Maybe as the race progressed towards the end of the race, it was going to help him out. So lap 29, Hamilton and Max. That's what it was, Hamilton and Max. Max was gaining on Hamilton. He was gaining on Hamilton. I think it was about 3.5, 4 seconds behind Hamilton because he had the medium tyres on and Hamilton had the hard tyres on. When Max was gaining on Lewis pitted and then put another set of hard tyres on. So Lewis was going for a two-stop strategy. And as soon as Lewis come out the pits, the radio engineer said to Max, I can't see Lewis finishing the race on this stint. I think you're getting by the end. That's basically what the radio engineer was saying. The radio guy was saying to Max Verstappen. Lap 31, Bottas pits and puts the hard tyres on. So this was Bottas's second time into the pits. He put his hard tyres on. Lap 33, 2.4 seconds, Charles comes into the pits, puts the hard tyres on. So everybody was going for the hard stint. And then lap 33, just as Charles Leclerc come out the pits, another car was coming to the pits, and I saw a blue car, and I thought, no, I don't want to see this. Alonso is coming into the pits to retire. He done that many. He overdrove the car. You know Alonso's got some heavy toe. Nearly every lap, he was trying to late brake somebody. He was late braking. Because that's why we love Alonso. He's a true grit driver. And eventually, the brakes couldn't handle it. He came in, it had brake failure, and he was gone. Just like that. Gone. I was gutted. I wanted Alonso to finish the race. If Alonso would have got in the top 10, that would have made my evening. Trust me, would have made my evening. I love that. I love Alonso. He's my favourite driver on the grid. And by the way, I'm getting his t-shirt and his hat, by the way. It's just on order. But Alonso's gone. First race back. You don't want to see that from anybody, really. Especially one of your heroes, Alonso. First race back, he has to retire. Now, lap 39, Perez and Max pitted. Perez coming first and Max after. And it weren't like a double stack. It's like Perez was lap 39, and as the time ticked up, it was like lap 40 then. Max came into the pits, got a 1.9 seconds pit. That is amazing. Everybody knows that Red Bull, when it comes to the pits, you'll never beat Red Bull. Red Bull is on the top by far. You're not going to beat Red Bull in the pit strategy. Never going to happen. Lap 49, Bono talked to Lewis, and Lewis said basically, leave me alone. Don't talk to me, Bono. I got Max behind him. I got Max behind me trying to take my crown. I don't want to talk to you, Bono. Leave me alone. Okay? Go and smoke a blunt in the back. Okay? Go and get drunk with Toto. Leave me alone. I got it. That just goes back to the old days when Lewis and then when Niki Lauda used to say, listen, let them drive. Imagine Ayrton Senna driving back in the day, and they're saying to Ayrton Senna, oh, you got to do this. Ayrton Senna would just turn the radio off. Leave the driver, man. Leave the driver. He knows what he's got to do. There's only a few laps to go. He knows what he's got to do. So as the race was progressing, there was about 3 or 4 laps to go. And I thought, look, Max is going to get him. Can Lewis keep Max Verstappen behind him? No way. There's no way. He's got the fresher tyres. He's like a juggernaut launching at Hamilton. What can Hamilton do? This is over. I was sitting there. I was getting my review ready. Started getting all my stuff up so I could do my video. I was thinking, nah, this is over. And then when I come down the stairs, when there's a couple of laps to go, Lewis is still in front. And then what happened? Finally, it happened. It happened. Max Verstappen passed Lewis. And I go, there you go, it's over, game over. Lewis isn't going to get anywhere. But what happened? The commentators are saying, did he pass him? Did he have all 4 wheels off the track? And I thought, nah, they're going to give it Max. And what happened? They come on the radio and they said to Max, listen, Max, you've got to give the position back. You're going to get a 5-second time penalty. Now, if it was me and I was Max's radio engineer, I would have said to Max, no way. You go. You get another 5-second gap between you and Lewis, because you probably could have got it. Probably. Yeah, and if you do get a 5-second time penalty, you'll do it anyway, because as long as you go over 5 seconds, you'll be fine. You'll win the race. But what did they do? They panicked. They're going to say they never panicked, but they did panic. They said to Max Verstappen, you know what, Max? You've got to give that position back. I would have said to the engineer, I ain't giving no position back. No chance. You think I'm going to give I worked hard 40 odd laps to gain this position. You think I'm going to give that back? No. I'm going to put my foot down and I'm going to gain away from Hamilton, and I'm going to get over 5 seconds and I'm going to win the race. But what did Max do? He listened to his engineer and he said, right, I'm going to give the position back. He gave the position back, and what happened? What happens? And what did I say yesterday? Max makes mistakes. When he gets frustrated, he makes mistakes. And that could cost him the title. He got frustrated. He started locking up. He had Lewis halving his energy. He had the flashing bulbs at the back of Lewis's car going off like fucking Christmas trees. Flashing. Harvesting the energy. The desperate man on the edge. And he done just enough to edge Max. Max made a little mistake in one of the turns. And it cost him. And Lewis kept a cool head. And there you go, boys. There you go. That was the race. Lewis Hamilton, winner of the 2021 Bahrain Grand Prix. There you go, folks. So the slowest car won. There you go. Any more excuses, sweats? Leave your comments below YouTube. There you go. Or you can follow me on Twitter. And that was a race day review over. Now, the next race is going to be in 3 weeks' time. But I'll still have a flaming time up coming up this week or next week. Look out for that. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Like. And yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitch, all links will be below. So, this is Solo P1 signing out. It was a great race. It was a great race. So, this is Solo P1 signing out. Bye.